Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 6th of September. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Sally Zellman.
And Sally, great to have you as the regular and reliable stand-in co-host on GPTV when Gary's away, which is most of the year, or I'm away, which is very few times of the year.
But how often does he go and he loves it?
He does go. He's a regular holiday taker, our young Gary, but he is back for this weekend, Sal, where he's bouncing the ball at a couple of auctions, and it will be good to have him back, even if he is speaking with an American accent and left his underpants in Las Vegas, maybe.
He did? Now, don't they say what stays in, what to hear in Vegas stays in Vegas? What happens in Vegas?
What goes in Vegas stays in Vegas. Anyway, Gary, welcome back. Hopefully by the time GPTV is viewed a few thousand times, you will be back in Melbourne, sharp and fresh and focused for the spring selling season. Speaking of spring, Sally.
Wow, first week of spring.
How good was it?
It's excellent.
Do you know what, as soon as the calendar hits the 1st of September, everybody in Melbourne's mind shifts.
Absolutely.
So we go out of the doldrums of winter, not that it was warm on the weekend, but we go out of the doldrums of winter and people start thinking about Melbourne being the fabulous spring city that it is.
It is indeed.
Did you have fun on the weekend?
Yes, lovely.
Yeah.
Had a great weekend.
Well, having said that, the truth be known, Sal, you just confessed to me a few moments ago you had Sunday off.
I did.
Father's Day.
And I did, and I must
admit. What did you do?
Well, I went with my children and grandchildren for breakfast for Father's Day.
Where'd you go?
We just went to their house, which was lovely, and then we went for a walk down along the beach, down on St Kilda.
All right, viewers, now she was just confessing to me off camera. So Sally had a Sunday off, which is a bit of a rarity, and she was confessing off camera that by 11:30 on Sunday morning she was twitchy and towing.
I needed to ring Darren to see what's happening, what's going on in real estate on that Sunday.
She made it through till 11:45 on Sunday before she rang Darren and said,
what's going on?
Give me the juice, what's going on?
Can't help it,
anyway,
we're addicted.
Sal, I'd love to say we missed you on Sunday, and we did miss you on Sunday.
No, but you did well without me.
But we had a roaring, ripping weekend.
Excellent.
15 out of 16 viewers for the weekend gave us an industry clearance rate. Oh, well, it didn't give us an industry clearance rate. The industry clearance rate was 75%, but at Gary Peer & Associates, smashing it out of the park with 94%.
Wow, that's excellent.
And we were one sale short of 100%.
Oh, you'll still do that.
Speaking of that one sale, viewers, let's have a quick look at Ross Street, Elstonwick, up on screen now. I've got to tell you, Sal, if there was one property I never dreamt we would pass in on the weekend would be Ross Street. A property that you can buy under $1 million in Elstonwick.
Good buy.
I reckon by the time GPTV goes
it'll
to
be sold.
It'll be sold.
Yeah,
and that'll give us 100% clearance rate. Sal,
yes.
How are you finding spring? I know it's only the first weekend, but what's your prediction?
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be very good. It's a lot of people starting to get ready now. Phones are ringing. People are starting to talk about spring, which is the best time to sell, which is obviously now. And they want to know about the auctioneers, what's happening, and I think it'll be excellent.
Okay, well, speaking of that, and that's your prognosis, so we've had our first weekend in spring. Viewers, and a lot of you do tune into the show to work out when to put your house on the market. Firstly, if you're not listed with us in the next 6 or 7 weeks, you'll be having a 2017 auction, and we have started signing them up already. But more importantly, what was the first weekend of spring like? Well, it's obviously we've had a 94% clearance rate, but some of the results that we had across the weekend were mind-blowing. So we're going to review a few of these, viewers, as I put my glasses on. How do you think I look, Sal, with the glasses?
Handsome.
Oh, thank you. We practiced that off camera. But let's talk about some of the sales that were, because there were some phenomenal results. We're not going to review every one of them, but I want to talk, Sal, about a house that we sold in Linton Street.
Oh, I heard about that.
Now, viewers, I want you to still go online and have a look at this, because we described this property at the auction as a jewellery box, a bespoke jewellery box. It was built by the vendor, who was a carpenter, or is a carpenter, and his father, who's a builder, and together they laboured on this house. And anyway, we had a reserve there of just under $1.5 million, and we sold it for a whopping $1,819,000, which I think is somewhat of a record for East St Kilda.
Number of bidders?
We had 6 bidders there.
Wow, that's
it's
everyone's dream.
It was phenomenal, and a very schmick-looking crowd too, I don't mind telling you.
Smart.
A lot of the crowd was aged. I reckon the average age of that crowd was probably in their 40s. And a lot of them were professional, absolutely, Sal. A lot of the couples were professional couples, single people, but that was an amazing result. We had an amazing result also also in Sunnyside Avenue in Brighton East, which runs off Union Street and runs through to the park. And it's
Great
a beautiful,
position.
beautiful spot.
Yeah.
We were thinking we'd get 1.6 there. Lo and behold, Leon Gusenfitter brought that one home at $1,952,000. So
wow.
once again, just
Exciting.
showing the depth of the market. We had four people bidding there. Without talking about them all, Sal, the last one I want to talk about is an area that you know very well, which is obviously that part of South Caulfield coming off Glen Huntley Road. We sold number 14 Latrobe Street in Caulfield South. Now, viewers, interesting, this was a property on the west side of the street. You had sold a property on the east side of the street.
Yes.
Virtually the same size parcel of land. In fact, they were 100 metres apart. You sold 4 months ago, set a new record in the street of $1,570,000.
Correct.
So our vendor was hoping for around the same price.
Right.
4 people bid on that. Reserve was $1.5 million. We sold that for $1,802,000.
That's
exciting. Well, it's a new record. Now, we sold it to developers.
Yes.
Going to build 2 units on it. And interestingly, viewers, if you add the stamp duty into the sale here, it means that the per unit cost now on that site is $1 million a piece.
Correct. That's
which
right.
means when the developer builds these, they're going to have to get close to $2 million to make any money. So phenomenal.
That's the new range, isn't it?
Absolutely. $2 million is the new $1 million.
That's it.
And orange is the new black.
Exactly.
Did I talk about that on the show last week? Did you ever watched Orange is the New Black?
I haven't. Watched lots of shows, but not that one.
Viewers, I'm looking for a new show at the moment because I couldn't get into Orange is the New Black. I'm looking for a new show. You're watching anything?
I'm watching Ray Donovan.
Yeah, Ray's a favourite. Are you up to date?
Yeah, I'm in series 4, so it's pretty exciting.
So you're watching the current series?
Yes.
How good is he?
He's good.
How good is the whole How good is the whole family? Ray Donovan, viewers, if you want to watch, it's pretty violent, though, isn't it? Don't mind violence.
It's fun. It's exciting.
I always watch an episode of Ray Donovan.
Just pump you up
before the sales meeting on Monday.
I believe that.
I love it when he gets out of the car, goes to the boot and gets the baseball bat. You pretty much know he's not going inside to exercise. I'm kind of thinking baseball bat at the sales meeting.
Well, I wouldn't do it, but the possibility.
We don't need it. Gary Pirin Associates, we don't need a baseball bat to motivate our staff. Our staff are motivated to getting our clients the very best price with the least possible stress. Sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? Okay, moving on. Speaking of a commercial, Sal.
Yes.
Because you're a bit of a cafe goer.
Not as much as you, but a little bit.
You're out and about with the girls. I know that Friday Coffees is generally...
we do.
You're generally visiting.
Yes.
And I think last Thursday night, you and the girls were hanging out
right.
at the Elstonwick Food and Wine Store.
Correct, that's right. We had a lot of fun down there. Yeah.
Good drinks? Good
Beautiful.
Good drinks
lovely
and food?
Everything was excellent. Very nice.
So a new cafe has just opened up in Riddell Parade.
Okay.
On the corner of Riddell Parade, and I can't remember the name of the street, it's just gone out of my brain, but in a new building that has been designed by Jackson Clement Burrows, where we were successful in selling about 20% of this building. A great building, a lot of our clients bought in there, and they've opened this new cafe downstairs. And I think it's called Pinta or Penta, one of the two, can't quite remember. But I dropped in there for a coffee on Sunday.
Good coffee?
Place is jumping, Sal. Very
excellent.
schmick fit out. So Riddell Parade viewers, if you want to go to a new cafe, it's probably more restauranty than it is cafe. But very good. I think, Sal, let's go there for lunch.
Let's do it. Deal.
Let's have a date, shall we? Let's
good.
talk about some of the sales on Sunday because some of them just set new price records. Interestingly, Leon Gusenfitter went to Baker Street in Moorabbin.
Yes.
Number 6A Baker Street. Viewers, you've got to love this. Well, we love it as real estate agents. As first home buyers, you'd be a bit scared. But, Moorabbin, it's definitely a growth suburb. And interesting, I live in Armidale, and on Sunday morning it only took me 20 minutes to drive from Armidale to Moorabbin, which is no time at all.
It's nearly almost in a city.
Well, isn't it amazing we're calling Moorabbin in the city? But it's a great location.
Semi-Bayside.
Great location, Moorabbin, set for further growth, I think.
Very much
But Leon sold a single level, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 18-month-old villa there. Now, if you'd asked me 12 months ago what I thought something like that would have sold for, I would have said 700,000 to 800,000, maybe 850. We just sold it shy, just under $1 million.
Rocked.
Huge.
Fantastic.
Huge.
Yeah.
Nikki had the most phenomenal auction at number 6A Bamborough Road, which we thought would sell in the 9s. went on the market, sold for $1,210,000.
Amazing.
Huge price.
Amazing.
But the sale of the weekend, I think, goes to number 2B Devon Street. Viewers, this was incredible. Let's have a look at some footage of this property
It's
up on
stunning.
screen.
It's a stunning place.
It was great.
Yeah.
Sale 5 years old, didn't feel it.
No, it looked brilliant.
Felt brand new inside.
Looked new.
Anyway, we had about 150 people inside at the auction. We had 3 people bidding competitively. Thought it would sell 2 and a bit. Sold for $2.3 million.
What a great result. Phenomenal
result. So that's pretty
new
exciting.
Standard, new height.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was the weekend that was. Let's talk about what we've got coming up this weekend, because we've got another monster weekend. We had 16 last weekend, as I said at the start of the show. This weekend we've got 14 auctions.
Good start for spring, isn't it?
It's a great start, isn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
So, September's always a busy month, but October, November.
Oh, really kicks in.
Oh yeah, where I said to Irene that I would be home late December and not to expect to see me.
Exactly.
To see me before then. But let's talk about the weekend that's coming up. 14 auctions. Let's start with Saturday morning, Sally.
Yes.
We're in Celia Street in Glen Iris. What a great looking house. Tell me quickly about that house, Sal.
Okay, this one is a 6-bedroom house. Yeah, that's enormous, isn't it? 3 bathrooms, 2 car parks. Excellent property on this one.
Well, have a look at the renovation
Look at
throughout, Sal.
Wow.
Quite stunning.
Isn't it?
That is on Saturday morning at 10:30, and I've got the auction honours there. Jeremy Rosens has got the auction honours at number 20 Rigby Avenue.
20 Rigby. That's a massive block of land, 920 square metres. That's 18.29 frontage.
Yeah,
wow.
Development sites don't get any better than that.
That's
and great location and a very livable home there. I'm got a break between my 10:30. I go on to a 12:30 auction in Vine Grove in Carnegie. What a beautiful low maintenance house that is, Sal.
Again, look, fantastic accommodation. 4 to 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 car parks. And I think that Vine Grove's also in a very up and coming area.
It is.
Very popular.
You can walk to the park. Obviously, you've got the park on the doorstep, but you can also walk to the tram and Glen Huntley Road.
Yeah.
So that's great. Jeremy Rosens has got auction honours of 8 at 10 Ardoch Avenue, and that is at 1:30, and Lamore has been handling that.
And that is the most beautiful setting, isn't it? That's just magnificent, Ardoch.
Viewers, if you're interested in having a look at something really interesting, whether you want to buy an apartment or not, I just challenge you to go to Ardoch, because it's on Dandenong Road, but I think it was an old, wasn't it an old school?
I think it was a school.
Was it a school?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was an institutional facility of some description, but it's built around a central green, so it's kind of almost like being in the middle of England.
It's most unusual, isn't it?
Very beautiful.
Brilliant.
Beautiful property there.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and 1 car park. That will go very well.
So I'm joining you and the team of Darren Crongold, Daniel Fisher, Adam Pakel at 3 Raymond Court in Brighton East, where we sold a property last year. That looks good, this property.
Doesn't it? This is a new unit in Raymond Court. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2 car parks. I think this should go very well.
Now,
I think it's a good opportunity factor here.
I'm not being critical of you, Sal, but I think you're underselling that by calling it a new unit. I mean, look, these are houses really today, aren't they?
That's right. This is the new house.
Yeah,
the new house.
Yeah. If you think about the cost of housing today,
Yep.
The generation that's really sub 35 are really buying these as their houses that they'll live in for their entire life, because
gorgeous.
They get all of the luxuries.
Yep.
And all of the space without having to pay for land that they don't necessarily need. And Raymond Court's also got the central green as well.
That's right, that lovely park right in the middle.
Great spot.
Beautiful.
Have a look at this property in Dandenong Road, Sally, that is going to auction with Jeremy Rosens at 2:30. Being handled, I think, by Glenn Bricker. Very schmick looking, isn't it?
Just looking at the picture and saying, wow, that's really amazing.
Yep.
It's so different, isn't it, than most of the things.
Shout out to Amnon Weaver, who was the architect on this project.
Amnon?
Amnon
You
is
did
a
well.
very
You
well-known
did really
architect.
well.
Does a lot in the city of Glen Ira in particular, all over Melbourne, but that's a great development of his.
It's beautiful.
I think it's absolutely stunning. And then, of course, Sally, we are lucky enough to finish the day, and I'm lucky enough to do the auction here at 2:30, and here being number 5 Filbert Street in Caulfield South. Viewers, how good is it, Sally, to be in this property? because some of the viewers have said cynically to us that we only review the expensive properties, and it's just not true. Here we are in Filbert Street, which is a very, very livable home. I'm loving the way that this has been decorated. It's got a fabulous floor plan, a very good parcel of land without being wasteful, a gorgeous period frontage, room for further improvement, and we think this is going to sell around $1 million.
Perfect for first home buyers or downsizing. It's great. It's a good one.
It really could be a wide open market here, Sally, because you're right, first home buyers, investors, but people that are scaling down might buy this, put some further love and care into it.
Yeah, no, it's a beauty.
Yeah. That's an auction wrap for Saturday. Sunday, we're coming out of the... Oh, I've got a bit of a sleep in on Sunday morning. I don't start till 11:30, but Jeremy and I have got joint auctions on. Jeremy's first up in Carlingford Street. Sally, tell me about that.
What a great position again too in Carlingford Street. This one is a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car park. Looks great too. Got a very, very good floor plan. This should go very well. Viewers,
these properties, these 1960s and 1970s villas that renovate beautifully, as that has been, we've been saying for years, if you can buy one of these for the portfolio, because
super fund,
but we're finding that the younger first home buyers, those in their 20s, early 30s, are buying these because they're just so easy to live in.
And you could renovate them so easily too.
Absolutely.
Not that this one needs much, but it's beautiful.
It is really
just
good. I've got auction honours with Leon Gusenfitter at number 1 Scott Street, Caulfield South. I'm going to steal the thunder from you, Sally, because I want to talk about this and I want to show up on video me on the golf green here.
Okay.
There's not too many properties that we sell with a putting green, but that one's got a putting green, a table tennis centre, a beautiful spa that I think you can have as many as 12 people in that spa. Don't quote me on that, vendor. It might be a 6-person spa, but if you put 12 people in it with some champagne, you're going to have some
fun. A lot of fun.
But Scott Street, we love Scott Street. That should be an interesting auction. We then move on, or Jeremy moves on at 12:30 to Goulet Street. Let's have a look at that, Sally.
That's a good one. That's a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car park. It's not often that you get 3 bedrooms, is it?
It's very rare.
It's very good.
Rare.
Again, brilliant location. That should go really well.
And that has been handled by your team,
That's right. Our team are all over it.
Now, we've got a property at 12:30, Sally, at 116 Kooyong Road. Now, I am in love with this house. It's an extraordinary home. This is only the second time it's been on the market since it was built. This home is incredible. We'll get some footage up of the video tour. It is a house for entertaining. It's got a sense of grandeur that is quite extraordinary, and yet it's also got a warmth and intimacy that is amazing. I love the study there. It's a 2-story study. So look at the books and that study.
That library.
Just incredible.
That is amazing.
Incredible property.
And what about the size of the block?
Well, the block is huge, Sally.
Absolutely.
And it's got the swimming pool and the north and the east and the west orientation. So it really is an extraordinary home. Moving on from there, Sally, we're off to another 1960s villa at number 5 at number 3 Freeman Street.
Oh, that's also...
Lamore has been handling that property, and Gary is back on Sunday to auction that. Hopefully, I better ring him in the morning because he'll probably be so jet lagged he might sleep in. Tell us about that.
Again, this is a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom and 1 car park. Again, another single level villa. Again, the type of property that's once very much in demand.
Absolutely, and they do appreciate so well those. Sal, you and Darren are busy and your crew are busy.
My favourite.
Yeah, you've got a great property at that's at 130 at 11B Webb Street.
It was built ahead of its time and it looks brilliant on this one.
A bit of a shout out there to the previous owner. That was owned by Regina Levine, who runs a design studio.
Yes.
And that was one of her earlier projects. She's gone on to a stellar career in interior design. But a beautiful property. And it's interesting, it really has stood the test of time. Not that it's only a few years old, but just a wonderful property.
It's a very good looking product.
I'm looking forward to that auction, Sal, as I'm looking forward to my last auction on Sunday, which is at 2:30. Now, this property has been in the same family's hands for almost, I think it's 80 years.
That's a long time.
Great for them and terrible for us because, if everybody held their property for 80 years, we'd be out of business, wouldn't we? But this is Crottenhurst Avenue, 970 square metres of land on the corner of Mitchell Street and it is got all of the orientations really, because it's on Crottenhurst faces north, it's Mitchell Street address faces west. So if you're in the market to build a brand new home, that I reckon is right up there with the best development land sites. It's not a development site because there's a single dwelling covenant on it.
And what a size.
But for a single house, it is absolutely fantastic. So that's an auction wrap. Big weekend though.
Lots of good.
Yeah, you won't be having Saturday or Sunday off now until
No.
I reckon you can take the
December?
4th weekend off in December, Sal. Or knowing you that you'll
Deal.
still be working.
Yeah.
Viewers, there's no question that spring is going to be very strong from a selling point of view. And as Sally, as we look around
Prices
the
are
country,
good. Yeah.
Sydney all-time clearance highs. Melbourne all-time clearance highs. Brisbane, I was just reading this morning in the Financial Review that Brisbane, which is not tremendous auction, auctions aren't overly popular there. Their clearance rates are at all-time highs. So this is a great time to be a seller. So get your skates on, viewers. If you're thinking about selling a property this spring, you do need to be talking to us soon.
Absolutely.
I've had a viewer, Sal,
Yes.
that has written in, no one writes in anymore. We got a Facebook text.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
Anyway, the viewer wrote in to say that she was at an auction of ours on the weekend and had her first coffee at our coffee van.
Oh, really?
And the question was, how does she know where the coffee van's going to be on the weekend? Because we have so viewers, we love this. We're getting people coming to our auctions not to buy the real estate, just for a free
They're
coffee.
getting to
water,
meet
or
the
lollipop.
neighbours.
But I must say, it's very clever because it builds our crowds up at the auctions.
Yes,
and it's great
yes.
and introduces a real theatre. But she wants to know where and how does she know where the van will be. So, good question. If you like us on Facebook, we put it on Instagram and Facebook. So on Saturday morning it goes on, Sunday morning it goes on, and I think we put it also up on Friday night as to where the coffee van will be. So if you want to come and have a coffee, and our partner in the coffee van is Las Chicas.
Oh, they're the best.
Of which you are a regular there.
Yes, I love it there. My favourite.
Well, Sal, I know this about you.
What?
You are a regular at Las Chicas,
Yes,
but
I
you
am.
are a regular eater of the kale and quinoa and
Saying all my
salad.
secrets.
That's a pretty healthy lunch.
It's tasty.
And viewers,
it's
if
nice.
you'd like to try the kale and quinoa
It's yummy.
salad at Las Chicas, send me an email
Delicious.
to ideas@garypeer.com.au and I will gladly send you a voucher for a free kale and quinoa.
Do you go with them for lunch?
You know what, if they'd like me to go to lunch with them?
Like all the celebs do?
I think I'm stimulating company, but if you'd like a
think so.
kale quinoa, and the choices that you can have it with it, you can have poached chicken and also feta, which
I like
is what
the
I
feta.
like. I like the kale, quinoa, feta and poached chicken together. Amazing. Anyway, if you'd like it, on courtesy of Gary Peer and Associates and Las Chicas, send me an email at ideas@garypeer.com.au. This time next week, Sally.
Yes.
Gary's
Gary
back.
will be here.
Yep.
Wonderful. Yes.
Viewers, I'd like to think that on this show next week I'll be unwrapping a beautiful present that he's brought me back, given the fact that I've shouldered his workload a lot this year.
It could be his credit card account.
How's your team going, Sally?
Our team is fabulous.
So who's in your team? You've got you?
Our team is the best, I have to say.
Well, the best of the best.
The best of the best. Darren and I run a very sharp team of people. We
Who's in
have
the team?
Eliza, who is our
campaign coordinator,
who makes me look really good and
She
makes
does.
Darren look even
Shout
fantastic.
out to you, Eliza. Doing a great job.
Brilliant. We love you.
Yep.
Daniel Fisher, who has just risen to the occasion. He's just excellent.
Mr. Totally Reliable.
Relaxed, calm, and got his finger on the pulse.
Yep,
So which
he's
is
got
very
his
good.
finger on his pulse on just about everything right across Melbourne. You want to know what's going on in
He
Melbourne,
knows.
just ring Daniel Fisher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Adam Pakel, just a gorgeous fellow.
A rising star.
Absolutely.
Yep,
that's Fisher and Pakel, you know that.
That's fantastic.
That's our team.
They do work very close together. Daniel Fisher and Adam Pakel, the Fisher and Pakel team.
That's it.
Quality merchandise.
And Judy Zhu, who's just had a little bit of time off, but she'll be back next week, hopefully.
Absolutely.
All being good.
Judy Zhu, a star real estate agent.
Yes.
But more importantly is just being a star. She's a Mandarin speaking star.
Exactly.
So, wonderful. Well, your team is doing amazing things. Sal, it's been great having you on GPTV.
Thank you. Love being here.
As usual. I'm thinking in an hour's time, let's meet for a kale quinoa
Oh, sounds good. Wonderful.
Salad at Las Chicas. Viewers, we'd love to see you there. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Philip Kingston.
I'm
Have a great
Sally
week.
Selman. Thank you very much.